The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the July 5th, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 8 o'clock in the morning. That's right. If you're listening at the normal time at 11:07, thanks so much for doing that. We'll make today's show as pertinent as we can for you. But if you are listening live, we would love to hear from you. So you give us a call at 877-927-6648. If you got a question, but you can't call in, send me an email. Send that off to Steve at TFNN.com. Of course, remember, that's between 8 and 9 o'clock this morning. Send to Steve at TFNN.com. And inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Now, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on a wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got U.S. equity futures pointing to the south. You've got the S&P futures off 25 points, NASDAQ off 101. It's about 0.6% and 0.7 respectively. 0.5 for the Dow, 182 points. 0.8 for the Russell. That's 16 points to the downside. Over in Asia last night, it was a sea of red. 23 points to the downside for the Shanghai. The Hincks hang off 305. That was 1.5%, a quarter percent, that is, for the Nikkei. That was about 83 points. In Europe this morning, the DAX is off 101. The FTSE is down 42. So we're not getting a good lead off here with regard to the U.S. markets. Gold is up $4 this morning. Silver's up 7 pennies. Platinum's up $2. Palladium's up $6. Copper is off about a nickel right now. Wheat is down just a tad as soybeans are up a bit. U.S. dollar index trading at about 102.84. I say about because I have a 10-minute delay there. That's up about 19 pennies. Let's take a quick peek here at our 9-panel market update chart. Upper left-hand side, we've got the ES Mini. So you can see the A to B equals CD pattern. If we get a bearish reversal candle today, that would confirm a sell the D point pattern. If price closes below 44.74, it's back inside its profile. That would suggest a run back towards the center line at 44.18. Spot Volatility is still below its 50-day exponential moving average, but it is moving higher. It still puts the wind at the sails of buyers, not sellers. If you take a look at the NQ, price ran right in the top of its resistance zone because it's a bearish structured profile. The zone was between 15,265 and 15,370. That's still the zone. If price does close today below 15,265, that would signal a further move lower, with 14,950 being the likely price target. U.S. dollar index does have a sell the D point pattern. Really, it's a Gartley sell pattern as well. That confirmed a few days ago. That was on the trading day of June the 30th. So not until price closes over that high is 103.23, can we say that the U.S. dollar index is on its merry way higher. But price is above the top of its daily profile. Overall, the U.S. dollar index has a neutral signal. Goldilocks has a TD9 count bottom. And right now, price is back inside its profile. Price should target the 1943 to 1956 level. That is the center and top of its daily profile. In the case of silver, it also has a bottom pattern. I think it was a Rhodes Mintum indicator bottom. Maybe it's wave number 7. We'd have to take a look at it. But it's got a bottom. And right now, price is consolidating with inside its profile. That range between 22.55 and 23.20. Light sweet crude trading really with inside a consolidation that runs between about say right around the 67 level. From 67 to 75, that is basically the range. Price is back inside its profile. Odds favor a further move higher. That further move higher should take us into about the 72.59 area. In the case of natural gas, so natural gas may have, I say may have, formed a C point of a new A to B equals CD to the upside. Price pulled back, so it ran into resistance. It was a TD9 count top back on May 19th, a prior swing point, 100% move of a move. Price then pulls back and finds support at the center of its bullish structured profile. Now, we just have a consolidation that's going on, but it may be the C point, of an A to B equals CD to the upside. But right now, you got a good old-fashioned consolidation. The same is true for the 30-year Treasury. It's consolidated between 125.21 and 127.09. So that's the overall markets, kind of the general market, if you will, of a number of different issues out there. Let's take a look at let's dive down a little bit into the equity future contracts. So let's begin by taking a look at the ES Mini. We'll slide over to our white background charts momentarily. We'll have the multi-time frame set of charts up here. So let's begin with the daily on Monday. Was it Monday? No, it was Friday of, which day was it? It was June 30th, so that was Friday, because yesterday, Monday was the 3rd, yesterday the 4th, today's the 5th. See how good I am with math and a calendar there. So what Friday's move did, at first, the price closed above the top of its daily profile. That's a bullish outcome. But what it also has done is it's triggered a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. So if we do get a bearish reversal candle today, that would generate a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, and that would suggest a move back to the support area between 43.62 and 43.99. Now, if we look at the 5-hour time frame chart, what we'll see out here, we will see a TD9 count and wave number 7 top. We'll go with the TD9 count top. Now, right now, price is trading below. Now, this candle here does not close till 9 a.m. It's 8:13 right now. But if price does close below 44.74, the signal from the ES Mini for its 5-hour time frame is a pullback to 44.01. In fact, before I go any further here, let's just take a quick peek, because you're going to get the signal information from these time frames, and we want to understand what is market breadth. So right now, this is the shortest term market breadth that I have, which is a 30-minute time frame for the S&P 500. There's 107 above and 243 below. So short term, this is in a bearish crossover position. Let's take a quick peek at the NQ before we move off of this page here. Then we'll take a look at the larger time frames, 14 above, 53 below. So both the NQ and the ES Mini for their 30-minute time frame are showing negative market breadth. Now, why is that important here? Here's the 30-minute chart for the ES Mini. Let me just hit a quick update button. And you can see what's been triggered here now is a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. A bullish reversal candle at any point in time on a 30-minute basis would generate or could generate a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom pattern, and that could then take us up at least towards its oscillator and change line. By the way, the high out here at the top was a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. That was at 4 p.m. back on June the 30th when that signal formed out there. Now let's do this here. I don't have the NQ up, but I'm going to take a look at the larger time frame. So shorter term, meaning the 30-minute, we are in bearish crossover mode. But we've got the 60, the 240, the daily, and the weekly, and that's what pops up on our screen right now for the S&P. Each of those are set to bullish mode. We take a look at the NDX 100. It's the same there. 60-minute time frame chart shows 40 above, 35 below. So it's not the most bullish, but it still is bullish for the 60-minute time frame. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Tigers and Tigresses, get ready for our annual 4th of July Tiger Dollar Sale. From now until July 7th, you can receive a 20, 30, or even a 40% bonus when you purchase Tiger Dollars. Tiger Dollars are automatically applied to your account and can be used for all subscriptions and purchases. Don't wait, this sale ends July 7th. Visit TFNN.com today to purchase Tiger Dollars and receive a 20, 30, or even a 40% bonus. As an added bonus, every order comes with a special TFNN mug. Happy 4th, Tigers. TFNN, educating investors.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kegstat's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kegstaff breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the markets open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. 8:18 in the morning. Thanks for listening live. If you are right now, U.S. equity futures trading to the downside. We're taking a look at the charts here for the ES Mini. We've covered the 5-hour. The 4-hour chart also has a TD9 count top. It's got a wave number 7 top. So 2 topping patterns. 2 don't make it any stronger than 1. And 3 doesn't make it any stronger than 2. What we do have right now is price testing a key level of support. We know that the market breadth for the 240-minute time frame chart is bullish. What I mean by that is for the 240-minute time frame for the S&P 500 for the ES Mini out here. Let me get back to that data. There's currently 231 instruments trading above the top of a profile. Top of a profile is resistance. You close above it, you trade above it. That's presumed to be in a bullish mode or breakout mode. 99 instruments trading below profile out there. So this as we take a look at the charts here, what should hold the support for the 240-minute time frame. And that support is the bottom of the profile, 44.66. So far, the low that we've seen has been 44.66. So that area is being tested. If there's a price close below that, on a 240-minute basis, this current candle is going to complete at 10 a.m. this morning. If there is a close below that, the signal would be, that means if you're listening in and it's 11:20 and price is trading below that area, you're looking at 44.13 as its price target. That would be the TD9 count breakout level. So on the 5-hour and the 4-hour, you got a topping pattern. On the 120-minute time frame chart, I don't have any. I've got a wave number 7 top. No bottom signal. Price is below profile. So that's not a good picture. But the 60-minute, so I'd say it's a 60 to 30-minute chart. So if you're listening live right now, and we're looking at the play-by-play, Within the next hour or so, you're going to have a ton of information. What's that ton of information? Well, first of all, you are in the bar following bar number 9 of a TD9 count for the 60-minute time frame. The 60-minute time frame had bullish market breadth. I'm going to go back and take a look at that. So on a 60-minute basis, 197 instruments trading above profile, 167 below profile. So it's bullish out there. What that says to you and I is by 9 o'clock, it's 8:21 right now, we should get a confirmed TD9 count bottom. Well, we're going to get a confirmed TD9 count bottom. That's a foregone conclusion out there, and that should be the low. Now, that should be at least an intraday low. That intraday low should then take us up into the 44.80 area. So this is suggesting as we get into 9 o'clock that the equity markets could or should make a bottom pattern out there, and then that we should see a move up to the oscillator and change lines, at least for the 60-minute chart, and then the 30-minute as well. Why the 30-minute? So if that's going to unfold in the 60-minute chart, what we've got going for us on the 30-minute is Rhodes momentum indicator signal. So if a bottom's going to form, we're going to see some type of bullish reversal candle form as well here. Next candle does not close for 9 minutes. If we get that bullish reversal candle, that's then going to confirm this TD9 count pattern that we're looking at on the 60-minute time frame, and at least give us that counter trend-ish move up to 44.73 and 44.80. The 15-minute chart, as we see right now, has already, and has as the 10-minute chart has already confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator bottom signals. But it's really going to be about the 30 and the 60. We're live. It's 8:22 in the morning. We're watching this play out. This is really what I do typically this time of the day, is when I'm completing the newsletter and giving the subscribers a play-by-play as to what to expect coming into the open. Oftentimes we're able to do that. You and I, we're doing that as we speak right now, live out here. Now that's what's going on when we take a look at the ES Mini. Let's take a quick peek at the NQ, because it's not just one, but preferably all 4 of the equity future contracts that would be doing the same type of thing, meaning at this stage here we know we've got TD9 count bottom pattern on the 60-minute and a Rhodes momentum indicator signal on the 30-minute. So let's see what the NQ has up its sleeve for us. It's off about 95 points right now. That's about 0.6% to the downside. Price, as we know, we took a look at this morning, right in the top of its profile. So just got a consolidation with inside profiles. Now, on a 30-minute time frame, there is already a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern. Price ran into resistance at the bottom of its profile and its oscillator and change line. I'm just simply going to expand out this chart here. We know that the 30-minute for the NQ had negative market breadth. So it had negative market breadth. It forms this bottom signal. This is at 6:30 this morning. It had negative market breadth then too as well. So that was basically 2 hours ago. That was telling us to expect or anticipate turbulence right at the bottom of that profile, or certainly at 15,299 on a 30-minute chart for the NQ. That was the center of its bullish structured profile out there. Price had closed below the bottom of that profile for more than 2 consecutive bars. That says counter trend moves, if it is only a counter trend move, would find resistance at 15,290, well, call it 15,300. So that's a level most certainly for you to be watching. If we're trading above that, well, price is making its way to either 15,317 or 15,366. But the 30-minute, which had that negative market breadth, has a bullish pattern out here, and that's holding as we speak. Right now, that swing point is being tested, the 30-minute swing point, that is, and it could be rejected within the next 5.5 minutes if price does close above 15,273.75 out there. Don't know whether we'll do that or not. On a 60-minute time frame basis, though, we don't have any kind of a bottom signal on it. Let me just simply expand out that chart. So whereas we had a TD9 count pattern on the ES Mini, we do not have the same kind of situation here. And I'm very hard-pressed to really put in an A to B equals CD pattern, but I suppose you could do that. It looks like this. I just didn't know if the retracement is deep enough out here, but there's the A to B, and if we just simply copy that, it may be. And so therefore, it looks like what we have here for a 60-minute time frame on the NQ. Let me just try to move this over here. That was close enough. Yeah, so you've got at least a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD pattern that's been confirmed. Now, in order for this bottom to hold here, price needs to continue to close above 15,255.25. 15,255.25, that's the number I put down on my pad of paper out there. If price closes below that, the 60-minute time frame chart for the NQ would be suggested to move all the way back to 15,120. Let's look at the larger time frames. TD9 count on the 240. Nothing on the 5-hour chart. Rhodes momentum indicator top. Okay, so this will be helpful to everybody out there. So we've got a buy the D point pattern on the 60-minute time frame. The 120-minute time frame, there's nothing we have to force here. So we don't have to worry about whether there was a buy the D point, whether there was too much of a retracement. We went from that B to C level on the 60-minute or 30-minute chart, whichever time frame was we were looking at, because we've got a valid TD9 count bottom on the 120-minute time frame chart for the NQ. Now this current candle here is going to complete at 10 a.m. So if we get below the low of the pattern so far, the low of the pattern so far is 15,255 and a quarter. It'll be that low that then forms between now and 10 a.m. Whatever that low is, as long as that low holds, then we should see a price move up towards 15,341 level. If that area fails, then the NQ would be telling you about a move to 15,099.25. So for the NQ, use the 2-hour time frame chart. For the ES Mini, use the 30 and the 60 chart. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
Tigers and Tigresses, get ready for our annual 4th of July Tiger Dollar Sale. From now until July 7th, you can receive a 20, 30, or even a 40% bonus when you purchase Tiger Dollars. Tiger Dollars are automatically applied to your account and can be used for all subscriptions and purchases. Don't wait, this sale ends July 7th. Visit TFNN.com today to purchase Tiger Dollars and receive a 20, 30, or even a 40% bonus. As an added bonus, every order comes with a special TFNN mug. Happy 4th, Tigers. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes here, recording the show between 8 and 9. It's 8:30 right now. So if you are listening live, thanks so much for doing that. We'll be back to normal programming hours tomorrow. Right now, you've got the U.S. equity futures traded a bit lower. The S&P, ES Mini's off by 23. The NASDAQ off 92. The NQ 169, 170 for the Dow, and 13 points for the Russell. We still have the NQ charts up on our screen out here. So we know, or take a look at intraday charts. TD9 count bottom on the 120. 30 minutes got a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, as is the 15 and the 10 minutes. So we know that the bottom, at least an intraday bottom, has formed. Only a close below the current low of the day. 15.255.25 would suggest otherwise out there. We took a look at market breadth earlier. Let's take a look at the seasonal pattern out here. So we take a look at the NASDAQ 100. We've got 37 years worth of data. The red vertical line takes all, well, first of all, this is all 37 years of data. And takes a look at what the average daily movement is. We've got also by day, if you take a look at the, whoops. Okay, I'm going to move this to a different screen. So give me a moment here to do that. So go back to that black background screen out there. Obviously something going on between that application and that monitor. So let's try it over here. I don't want to lose that. Okay. So now in the lower left-hand panel, you've got by day the performance of the NASDAQ 100. Today is Wednesday. Wednesday over a 37-year period is the strongest performing day for the NQ out there, for the NASDAQ 100. So that's helpful with regard to those bottom signals that you have intraday. We're also in the favorable seasonal period of time. That favorable seasonal period of time comes in right around June the 26th. And then it runs higher, this is for the NASDAQ 100 specifically, into mid-July, before it then starts its descent into that October low. That's usually around between the first week and the third week of October out there. If we take a look at the month of July is actually the third best performing month for the NDX 100. So we are at a very favorable seasonal cycle time period. There's a lot of people that, because they don't really spend time accessing or taking a look at really looking at the data in detail. Each of you know, if you've listened to the show long enough, that I went through the detail. Went back to 1896 for the Dow and did the same thing. Now I've got this other tool here by the folks at CSNEX. That's a much easier thing to do out there. But a lot of people just go with the sell in May and buy in October deal. There's a whole lot of there's a whole lot more information available to us than that. So we are in the favorable seasonal cycle for the NDX 100. If we take a look at this for the S&P as well. So let's take a look at the S&P. We've got a few more years worth of data here. We've got 95 years worth of data. You can see in the S&P 500, we're also in that favorable seasonal cycle. That takes us into the middle of July. If we take a look at what's going on with regard to the Dow now. The Dow, we've got a tad more data out there. And the Dow, we go back, 126 years. The Dow shows us the same thing. The Dow says its favorable seasonal cycle for it really doesn't end until the middle of the first week in September out there. Not that you don't get some intraday highs, but again, this is running higher into July, but most certainly into the early part of September. Do we have the Russell 2000 just to finish this off? Let's see here. We do have the Russell 2000. Let's put that up on our screen. Let's maximize the number of years, which are 20. You can see here inside the Russell 2000, we're also in that favorable seasonal cycle that takes us through about July the 24th. So what we know right now, even though we've come back from a holiday, typically you come back from a holiday, it's when you could get the change in trend out there. We may get that. We got to just simply pay attention to those longer-term charts, the 120 on the NQ, the 240, and the 5-hour on the ES Mini out there. But just know that we are in that favorable seasonal cycle for all four of the equity future contracts out there. Okay, we're recording the show early. Everybody's just kind of opening their eyes. It's 8:34. Not a ton of requests. In fact, we've got zilch as we speak right now. Not a problem. We can still run the show here. So let's go take a look at some of the popular instruments that each of you may have interest in. For example, let's take a look at Apple. We're going to switch over now to the white background charts. We'll take a look at its daily, its weekly, and its monthly time frames. And in the upper left-hand side, you're going to get the daily time frame. The daily time frame shows that Friday's session, Monday's session that is, I take that back. Monday's session was an inside bar. That typically tells us that the current move that's underway will continue. If we get a tick above Thursday's high 194.48, that could trigger a TD9 count top, but that's what you're going to need, or that's what Apple will need in order to generate a TD9 count signal. Bar number 8 could form this week inside of Apple for its weekly time frame. That says you could, and you have to still get a piercing above last week's high in order for that to happen. You could get a TD9 count weekly top that would form between this week and 2 weeks out. The monthly chart says, I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. I've traded above my TD9 count, a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top that formed back in January of 2022. That did 2.1 billion shares. Last month, only 1.3 billion shares. So even though we're up above resistance, it's on lighter volume. But it does look like Apple wants to continue to move higher with a potential top forming, let's say today's Wednesday, by Friday. By Friday, it'll be 8. Yeah, by Friday. So by Friday, we need to take a look at Apple, see what it actually is generating from a signal standpoint. Don't forget, you got to poke above last Thursday's high in order to trigger the potential TD9 count top for its daily time frame. The SMH is out here. The SMHs generate a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Right now, price on the daily time frame is just trading with inside its profile. Your resistance level at 154.29. Your real resistance, the top of its profile, and that Rhodes Momentum Indicator top up at 155.94. Support for the SMHs is down at about 150.14. If we take just simply a quick peek, let me see what is trading at SMH in the pre-market out there. Closed at 153.60. Last trade fired off at 152.52. So it's still trading above that. Looks like it's testing its swing point, the high of that swing point right now from the trading day of June the 26th out there. But right now, we just have a consolidation with inside its daily profile, trade above the top of the weekly profile out there with no, I take that back. It has a sell the D point pattern. But so it's really neutral because price is above the top of its profile, which is 152.20. For the SMHs to break out, you really need to see a close above 155.94. The monthly chart looks very bullish in that it's trading above top of profile. Its green oscillator and change line still has room to run before it gets to its all-time high up at the 159.35 area. But that's what it looks like the SMHs want to do, is make a run for that area. Time will tell. With regard to the SMHs, though, if we take a look, I'll try this again here, but we're liable to get this screen to flip on and off. I'm not sure why, but here's the SMHs. We take a look at its seasonal. Wow. Let me get 23 years worth of data out here. Okay, there we go. So the SMHs were in its favorable seasonal time period as well. That typically runs out right around the middle of July. Middle to end of July out there is where the SMHs have their difficulty. July is the third best performing month for the SMHs, and Wednesday, much like the NQ, is the best performing day for the SMHs as well. Real quickly here, while we have just a few seconds, let's put the next area of interest perhaps up on our screen. This is the communication sector. So here's where we've got Meta out here right now. This closed on Monday, I should say, above the top of its profile. I don't see I see a sell the D point pattern. So resistance here for the XLC is up at 65.61. The XLC last trade here firing off in the pre-market at 65.90. 65.90. That's trading above that 65.61. XLC is on fire. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD Direction's daily CSI 300 China A-share bull and bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. You've got U.S. equity futures trading to the downside. It's 8:42 in the morning. S&P's off 23, NASDAQ 91, Dow 169, Russell off about 12 points. We're looking at the XLC, the communications sector, with inside the S&P 500. Now, if it can spike this week or next week up above the price level of 65.61 on a weekly basis, it will trigger a TD9 count pattern. Now, price this week must close above 63.21 in order for that weekly pattern to form. We could also see a confirmed A to B equals CD to the upside. That gives us a price projection up around the 66.40-ish type area out there. So what I'd be looking for here for a confirmed top would be a sell the D point pattern, a bearish reversal candle. The monthly chart looks very bullish. Price is above the top of its profile. The weekly chart or the daily chart is bullish as well. It does have a sell the D point pattern, and a close above that high of 65.61 would negate that signal out there. But otherwise, communications sector looks pretty strong. Let's take a peek at, what do I have here for the last one? Tesla. So Tesla in the pre-market, Tesla is trading to the upside, closed at 279. Well, why is it trading the upside? Last trade fired off at 278.56. Okay. Well, still, it's got a, as you can see here, it's triggered a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. And so what Tesla needs in order to generate a topping pattern, this is what you'd watch for today, would be a bearish reversal candle. If you get that, then what price should do is target its oscillator and change line about 268. Below that, the top of its profile, 261.57. On a weekly basis, there's an A to B equals CD pattern. What's required here is a bearish reversal candle to generate a sell the D point pattern out there. So if that were to form, that would be a top. You are in bar number 7 this week. This wouldn't get a weekly TD9 count top until next week or even 2 weeks out, so it could be a full month before we see that. On a monthly basis, you've got a nice Gartley buy pattern that formed, price above its green oscillator and change line, the top of its profile. The monthly is bullish. The weekly is bullish with a price target of 313.80. The daily is bullish until it generates a bearish reversal candle. That is Tesla. Let's take a look at some things that are moving in the markets out here. The pre-market CMG, Chipotle. Let's get that up on our screen out here. Chipotle closed out at $21.23. That's $2,123. The last trade just fired off at $21.19. So in the case of Chipotle, this did on Monday form a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Enough movement to generate a bearish sash candle. This would suggest that price would target $21.14. That's what it's going to do. That's what it should do. Price of trade right now at 21.19. Now, if price can get below 21.14, then you're looking at a move back to the 2084 level to 2060. And 2060 would be where any counter trend move lower on a daily time frame could or should find support. On the weekly time frame, the weekly time frame still has a TD9 count top. In order to negate that pattern, price must close above 2139.88. It has not done that. But it's really a neutral signal. You've got a top in place, but price above the top of its profile. It's green oscillator and change line. The weekly is neutral. The daily is not neutral. It's actually neutral, the daily, because price is still above the top of a profile and that green oscillator and change line. The monthly is simply all out bullish when we come to Chipotle. So watch Chipotle. You're going to watch it on the daily time frame. That's where you'll get your best signal. And watch that 21.14 level first, 20.84 second. 20.60.78 would be following that. Cintas, CTAS, closed at 487. That's trading at about 487, so not much there. Align Technology, ALGN, closed at 344. Trading at about 344, nothing there. Coinbase closed at 79.93, trading down a couple of bucks. So let's go see what Coinbase is doing. COIN is the ticker symbol. Traded closing at 79.83, as we can see out here, and negated a TD9 count top. So Monday negated a TD9 count top inside of Coinbase. That suggests a further move higher. We're already trading above last week's high, so its next target area becomes a swing point from the week of March 24th. That high, 85.38. We're trading lower, as I say, and then the following high after that is 87.63. Now that pullback, we're trading at about 77.40. It's still well above profile. It's well above its TD9 count break down level out here. So Coinbase looks strong. Looks like it wants to continue that rally. Again, with those next targets being those prior swing points out there. What else can we look at? Asmil Holdings, ASML. See what that is doing. Asmil Holdings closed out the session on Monday at 7.33. It's trading down at 7.20 right now. So let's get this out here. 729.89 is the top of its daily profile. We're trading right now at 7.20. So price is right now back inside that profile. So could be targeting the 720.18 area. We're at 720.70. That would make sense. So move below 720.18. Asmil Holdings, which still has a confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, could then target support being the bottom of its profile at 700.77. The weekly chart looks like it has a confirmed sell the D point pattern, but remains neutral because price above its oscillator and change line at 717. We're trading at 720 right now in the pre-market, and price above the top of its weekly profile, which is at 676. So neutral there, and bullish on the monthly time frame chart. Now, a spike above, this is the month of July or August, a spike above 747.13 would trigger a TD9 count top for the monthly time frame. But other than that, you're really neutral on the daily, you're neutral on the weekly chart, and the monthly chart for Asmil Holdings is bullish. Looking at what else? Mercado Libre, always a big mover, it seems like. MELI is the ticker symbol out there. Close out the session on Monday at about 1193.75. It's down $10 as we speak right now. So let's try to figure out where Mercado Libre is headed to. And on a daily time frame chart, says that if you close below, and I'm looking at the day of June 26, close below 1154.50, that's going to trigger a further move lower. That further move lower should take us to 1101.05 or 1072. If we take a look at the weekly time frame for Mercado Libre, you've got wave number 7 top out there. Price is below, well, it's above profile levels. I don't have really great reading here on a weekly time frame. Price right now is sitting at the monthly support level, but it closed below the area where we're trading right now, and we are trading $10 lower. Would get us down to about 980. So at this stage here, I would have to say, again, in the case of Mercado Libre, a close below that level of 1154.50 gets us to 1101. With about 20, 30 seconds to go, how about LB Morrow. ALB is the ticker symbol. Closed out on Monday at 229.26. That 229.86 level was where it was inside its profile. So we got a little consolidation in LB Morrow. That's between 223.75 and 233.74. Traded the pre-market out of the 228 level. There's a TD9 count top that's out there. That would get negated with a close. That would be a strong move with a close above 233.74. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the markets open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. Thanks so much for joining me early, 8:54 in the morning. If you're listening in live, thanks so much for doing that. We'll be back to normal programming hours tomorrow. We are taking a look at U.S. equity futures right now. The 30-minute time frame charts are up on your screen. U.S. equity futures are trading lower. The ES Mini is down by 24 points. The NASDAQ 86, the Dow 189, the Russell's up 14. So kind of interesting set of charts out here. In the case of the 30-minute chart for the ES Mini, this needs a bullish reversal candle to confirm a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. It needs a spike below the low of the day so far to generate a potential TD9 count bottom. Low of the day, 44.66. Whereas on the Dow, this did generate at that last bar at the 830 bar, a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom, but a close below that low, which is 34,443, suggests lower price out there. So watch that for the next 4 minutes out here. If you take a look at the NQ has generated a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. It's been confirmed both with this bullish engulfing candle and then at the 830 session, that bullish hammer candle. What it's going to deal with here, the NQ, counter trend move should find resistance at 15,317. 15,317 is the center of that bullish structured 30-minute profile out there. So that's the number I'd be looking for as to markets that might want to move to the upside. Can the NQ get above that area? Likewise, a close below, in the case of the NQ, a close below the morning low, 15,255.25, would signal to you and I a further move lower out there. So that's what I see when I take a look at those 30-minute time frame charts here for the 4 equity future contract. Just before we go off the air, we can flip back to the multi-time frame set of charts here for the ES Mini. And the ES Mini, again, showing us that prices testing profile support on the 4-hour time frame chart. And the 4-hour chart is still in bullish mode, meaning there are more instruments on a 4-hour basis trading above profile than trading below profile. Folks, stay tuned. Tommy O'Brien is up next if you're listening at 9 o'clock, and other great programming today afterwards. I'll see you tomorrow on Terrific Thursday. Please have a wonderful Wednesday, folks.
You might think that if you want to be successful